Hey guys, welcome to the clubhouse. I'm Billy Jackson. This is my cat Tack, and today we are going to be reviewing my number 7 pick on my top 10 fantasy list, and that is the 1984 classic, The Neverending Story. And I know this is a movie that is on your list if you have seen the movie, and if you have not seen the movie, I totally suggest. This movie is an A+, 10 out of 10. You have to watch this movie if you have not seen it. It's part of culture, in my opinion, that a movie like this needs to be seen. And if you have kids, make your kids watch it, at a young age, not at like 15 or 16, 17. They need to watch it at like 12, 14. They need to watch it at a young age, but not so young where it scares them, because this movie is really made for the children of that age group and adults. There's a lot of dark themes in this movie, and some emotional moments that can still make you well up today, even as an older person. The scene with Artex, I'm not going to spoil anything, but that scene with Artex is probably one of the most emotional scenes in film history, especially a movie that's made for young adults. But in this movie, the originality of this movie, now this concept has been done to death now, but back in 1984 when this came out, this concept has not been done. And that's the fact that your imagination is a tangible, real thing. It exists somewhere in an alternate dimension, and this book is a portal to that dimension. And as he's reading, he sees that it's a real thing, and he actually has to save the imagination world, because Fantasia is what it's called, because it's all fantasy. It's everything that's in your imagination is a fantasy, and that's where your fantasies are real, or is in Fantasia. And it's being destroyed because people are losing their imagination, and it's up to this kid to use his imagination to bring Fantasia back from the nothing. And the nothing is what is destroying everything in that world or realm, whatever you want to call it. And I think that's one of the most original stories to ever be told. I love that concept. That's why I've always loved this movie. It's another one that I watch on a regular basis. Every couple of years I pop it in, and I'll watch it. And because I get more out of movies the more times I watch it. I pay attention to stuff going on in the background and stuff. If I've already seen the movie 100 times, I'll watch other stuff in the movie that I have not seen and pay attention to how they make stuff, and just appreciate some of the elements of puppetry and stuff they did before digital effects, because I'm not a huge fan of digital effects and CGI. Some is great, and I love the movies that we have, and I can appreciate a lot of it because a lot of work goes into it. But I'm an old school fan of practical effects, Star Wars and Return of the Jedi, and Empire Strikes Back and stuff like that with models. And I love that kind of stuff, because you talk about work, that was work. And it wasn't on a computer work, it was hands-on. Let's make this a real thing that can live in the world that we live in, so it's realistic. And I've always loved that aspect. And one of these movies, this movie in particular, Neverending Story, is another one of those movies that is just so awesome in everything that they did in the practical effects. It's just amazing, and an amazing story. Emotional, heartfelt, scary, and hits it with a bang on the end, or should I say a bam on the end. So that's why it's on my top 10 list, and it's number 7. But you may think that's low, but that's actually very high in the hundreds of movies that I love fantasy wise. So this is definitely one of my favorites. But have you seen it? What do you think of The Neverending Story? Let me know in the comments below. If you have not seen it, smack yourself around a couple of times and then go watch it, and you'll understand why this is such a great movie. But anyway, guys, hope you liked the video. Subscribe to my channel, and remember to make yourself happy every day. And the only way to do that is to remember the only thing stopping you is you stopping. Bam!